Welcome back to Copper Star Precision, the channel dedicated to getting you more points at your competitive shooting matches. A new month is upon us. That means we have a new NRL22 course of fire for November. 5 stages, incredibly challenging in terms of target order, real tricky stuff, lots of movement. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that you're subscribed down below, enable notifications, because we're going to go over tips, tricks, strategy, and dope cards for this match. One video released a day. If you want to get them early, you can join over on Patreon. If you want the dry fire targets I'm using, you can also find those on Patreon. But we just got to get into this because there's a lot of complicated stuff going on in this month's course of fire. So kicking it off with stage 1, it is called I Keep My Feathers Numbered. It is a 12-round stage. And the stage description is as follows. On the start signal, engage at targets with one shot each in the following manner and order. 55-gallon barrel, targets 4, 3, and 4. From the chair seat, targets 3, 4, 3. Back to the 55-gallon barrel, target 2, large, small, large. Back to the chair seat, target 1, small, large, small. That is extremely confusing. So I have written down what I think is a good way to treat this stage, and I will put a picture up of the dope card that I'm going to be using for this stage. I want you to treat this stage as 2 6-round stages back to back. What do I mean by that? Well, we're engaging the single targets on the target hangers for the first 6 rounds, and then we're doing the KYL targets on 2 different KYL racks for the next 6 rounds. So break this stage in half. It's going to make it a lot easier. And as far as gear goes, a 1-bag solution is totally fine. Just move the bag between the chair and the 55-gallon barrel. But as you know, if you're a fan of this channel, I do always like multiple points of contact on the barrel. I'm going to show you how that's going to work using it on the chair as well. So first 6 rounds of the stage, you'll see on my dope card, I'm going to dial for that, what is technically the 3rd target. It's the near, what I'm considering the near single target. So for me, my dope is 0.4. I have that written down. My dope for the far is 1.5. I have that written down just in case things go sideways. And for whatever reason during the stage I need to dial for the target, I have my dope on there. And the little box on the top right, that's actually what I'm going to be using. So that's 0 and 1.1 as a holdover. So I'm dialed for that 3rd target. So I hold straight up on the crosshairs. Far target, my holdover is 1.1. So that's what I'm focusing on. Then I have the target order. I have B for barrel and C for chair. And then from the barrel, it's going to be far, near, far. I'm not even including the KYL targets. I'm just looking at those single hangers out there. So it's going to be far, near, far from the chair, and then near, far, near, sorry, far, near, far from the barrel. See, I'm already getting confused. Far, near, far from the barrel, near, far, near from the chair. That's my first 6 rounds. Then what I'm going to do is for the next 6 rounds, we're doing the far KYL target. I have the dopes written down here. Near for me is down a 1/10, far is up 1/10. So I'm going to dial up 1/10, and then large, small, large, dialed to -1/10 for small, large, small. And the reason I'm going to dial is because those are very tricky targets, very relatively small. I want to be dialed. I don't want to be trying to hold over. If I need to make a wind call, I want to be able to put my center crosshairs there and then make the wind call as necessary. I don't want to be holding over in space and trying to make a wind call at the same time. So that's the second 6 rounds. So as far as position goes, like I said, 1-bag solution. You know, you're going to get on here, put the rifle down, bag down on the barrel, rifle down. Simple enough. You then take this, so you can move it to the chair and do the same thing. That's pretty straightforward. I think everyone's comfortable with that. But if you have a little bit of extra gear, I think more points of contact is always the way to go. So what I'm going to do, and a nice feature of this bipod, is I'm going to do bipod front, bag rear. And this bipod has a nice big block. So I'm going to actually turn it 180 degrees. And that's going to act as a barricade stop. And you're going to see why that's going to help on the chair in a moment. So I've got my bipod set up. And usually I go a couple clicks out on the barrel. So I'm going to have bipod front, bag rear support, bag front, and probably a pump pillow for rear support. So let's get the trigger cam going. All right, so let's see what this is going to look like in a match scenario. So let's start all gear in hand, pick up the rifle, timer goes beep. Going to drop that bag here. We're going to use that pump pillow over there. Going to have bipod front, bag rear support. I am dialed for the near of the 2 single targets, but we're starting on the far target with a holdover of 1.1. Engage. Second target, near target, straight up. Again, a holdover 1.1. Now we're moving to the chair. Now the chair seat, if you put a bag on there, Might be too low to see. So I'm using that barricade stop to push into the chair and bringing this bag along with me for rear support. It's not going to be the most stable, but if you settle into that rear bag, you're going to be able to see near target straight up, far target 1.1. This is actually surprisingly stable, despite no bag in the front. That's because I have nice rear support here, near target straight up. Now, we leave all that stuff there. We grab the rifle, back to bipod and rear bag. Now, like I said, I need to dial far target of the KYL targets. So for me, that's up 1/10. And here we have to go large, small, large. Get stable. These are just straight up holds because I've dialed. Now we're onto the chair again, same position. Ram that barricade stop in there. Again, remember to dial here. I'm down to -1/10, so 2 clicks down. 20 seconds left. This is going to be small, smallest target of the match. Large. And small. So, just in time there. And yeah, so you got to come in with a game plan. And again, 2 points of contact, way more stable here. Not super stable here. I do have that little rail changer thing I could probably put on the front of the rifle, which you'll probably see me do in the match. That just gives me a little bit of wiggle room on there. Having rear support is key. But yeah, if I put this bag here, and maybe I need a smaller bag, but if I put a bag here, my scope is looking right through the back of the chair, so I would not be able to see the targets. So important things to consider there. So I kind of like using that, again, using this bipod turned backwards, using this as a barricade stop, pushing up the chair, pushing into the chair. As long as you have rear support, you can get extremely stable. If you're just trying to do that out in space or trying to use your body or something to stabilize the rear, it's going to be pretty wobbly, but having a nice bag that can conform to the rear of the rifle is definitely going to help you with stability there. Lots of ways to go about this stage. Again, one bag solution. If you have a really thin bag, maybe you want to put it on the chair seat, but you just got to make sure that you can see through the chair back, or your scope isn't so high that your view is being blocked. But lots of movement, weird target order. Hopefully my dope card made sense to you. Make yours to cater to your needs and what makes sense for your strategy going forward, but definitely you're gonna have to come in with a game plan on this stage. What a doozy. What a way to start off the November Course of Fire. I'll see you in the next video, and we got a lot more to go over. So again, make sure you're subscribed down below with notifications enabled. And until I see you next time, as always, score more points.